Hey, it is such a beautiful evening, and I'm just going to sit out here on my deck, but I wanted to tell y'all a little story about my friend Deb, who has a pottery studio and makes the most beautiful things. I should actually even share a link to her Etsy shop. It's just gorgeous stuff. But we went and stayed with her one time, and we got to play in her pottery studio, and she was teaching the kids and I how to make coffee mugs, because we love them. And so she can spin on the wheel. She got the whole wheel thing set up for me so that I could, and she had it raised up so I could roll under it, and I was doing so good. I thought I was. That little blob of stuff was like kind of shaping into a bowl, and I don't know what happened, but suddenly that whole blob just flew off the wheel and shot across the room. And I was just like, I don't even know what I did. Obviously, I'm not the potter, Deb is. So she had a way you could press the clay out through a roller, and then she taught us how to form cups. And then she had all these different textures in a basket of like lace and different fabrics and things you can make imprints to, stamps and like letter stamps. You could do all these different fun things to personalize our cups for ourselves. And then she had all these different pictures. She had her own little kiln, and she could bake our cups. And then she said we weren't staying long enough for her to be able to glaze them and do all she did, but she let us pick out even the colors of glazes we wanted. And then a few weeks after we were there, she mailed all of our coffee cups to us. We all still love our coffee cups because they are all so unique to us. And I'm going to show you mine. Let me get it up here. But this is the one I did, and I did the texture on the bottom, and I love the color green, and I don't know if you can tell it there. Let me get my hand back over here. But I stamped my birds, because y'all know how I love my birds, and I got all that stamped in it, and the different tones, and I love those green colors. And anyway, it just represents me, and each of the kids did their own thing. Boys had like a barbed wire around theirs, it looked like, and I think Audrey has like lace. I mean, it's just all of us did everything that was so custom to our personalities. Well, I don't even remember which kid it was, but somebody dropped my cup, and it broke in a lot of places, and I couldn't bear to get rid of it because it was mine, and I loved it, and it was very broken, but we glued it back together. And I don't drink coffee from it because it can't do what it used to do. And I don't know that it would hold coffee, and I don't know if I want coffee that's Gorilla Glue, and there was probably something better to do. But I sit it on my shelf where I can see it, and I look at it. And you know what it reminds me of? That God designed me. He stamped me in his image. He created me exactly how he wanted me. And yes, this broken, sinful world has broken my body. And we know that's a part of it, of the fall, right? As my cup took a fall. But as much as I love my cup, and it did not go in the trash, it's not finished, it's not done. I've been put back together, and it's a beautiful reminder of I love it just as much, because I created this with my friend who taught me how to do this. And I think it's an encouragement to me when I look at that little glued together cup, that it is still mine. It still represents me. And I know that God looks at me no less with my disabilities and the struggles I've had in my life. He loves me. He is not going to take all these broken pieces and throw it away and waste it. He brings it back. And the thing about God that's different than me is his bringing back doesn't look as messy as mine. I got glue lines everywhere, and God says he brings beauty out of ashes. What looks like it's been destroyed, he says, oh no, you can't do that. That's mine. I created that daughter of mine with purpose and meaning. And yes, there are some things that have crushed her, but watch me put it back together. She will not be thrown away, and she will not be wasted. Oh my goodness. Isn't that precious? I'm so thankful that God is capable, much more capable than I am, with a cup I love. of putting his girl back together and putting our lives back together. That's a miracle. You want a miracle? A miracle doesn't have to mean I walk. A miracle is that my life is not a waste to God, and neither is yours. So let's find hope. Let's not find despair and brokenness. Let's find thankfulness that God doesn't see that. He sees a beautiful creation that's stamped in his image, that he can remake, that still is a beautiful, worthy, chosen vessel that he loves.